Here's our new heater box. Here's the old original GM heater box. I think we did a hell of a job here in recreating it. As normally, we might have overkilled it on the finish, but you can Scotch-Brite that down, maybe blow a little satin black on it, or do what you feel you need to do. And so for our purpose internally, we got to come in here and you just got to flatten this edge down a little bit. See how nice that looks? For the most part, you're gonna trim it here all the way around to this point here. And so we're gonna trim this. We're gonna straighten up that edge and just make it flat, take that extra flashing off of there. And this is basically gonna come down to where you're gonna have roughly a 1/16 of an inch flange, maybe just a little tighter. Here's all you're gonna have left of that. You're gonna notch it from here around to there. So if you go do that, I'll get this box tore apart so we can see where the sheet metal's at in it, so we know where to put it. Okay, just so reference-wise, if anybody needs it, our ground wire strap goes next to the positive is where it's hanging on there. Okay, so there's our heater motor out. You got your old seal in here. And we're just trying to pinpoint where all of our rivets are at. Okay, so this is our location of the factory rivets that hold the metal on the back side of this. And then you still have one more 1/4 inch little stud bolt that goes in there. It gives it reinforcement. So we took the ones out the front, got the heater motor off out the side. So there's 7 rivets that we're going to drill out of there. But in this case, we're going to leave them in this one. We're using this one just as an example of where everything is at. And when we get our other heater box in here, that'll confirm. We should be able to see our little spots where those are at. Okay, so we have the backside trimmed off now. Now comes the point where we have to drill our hose for our rivets and our hose to fasten this onto the firewall. And so we have an 8/32 drill for these little rivets that are going in here. We have a little drill extender, or really it's just a chuck to put a screwdriver bit in or whatever you want to use. I'm doing it to hold my drill further away because that's going to be too close. It's going to hit. It's not going to give us the clearance that we want. So if we put this little extender on there, a little tape to hold it in place so it's not irritating us and falling off every time we drill a hole, we'll be all right. So there's a total of 7 of these holes that we got to look at to drill out. So if you look at the one that hasn't been drilled out, I marked the 7 holes, highlighted them. And just so that you see, our indentations for those holes are right here. So it's pretty much a no-brainer. So then if we come in from the back side, just make sure our holes are cleared out nice. So then the next holes will be for the mounting itself, which is a 3/8 hole. And we won't need the extender on that one. But just looking at our master, you have the 4 there, and then 1, 2, 3 around the outer perimeter. So there's a total of 7 of these. And these indentations are already made here. Okay. So we have those. And there was the one last spot that we still need to drill our 5/32 drill, not 8/32. So there's your 3 rivet holes to hold that in, and also your holes that you're going to drill for your fasteners to hold your heater motor in. So we're going to come back and drill these all out. But I think is what I want to do is mark which ones are the rivet holes and the screw holes so we don't make a mistake and rivet them in the wrong spot. I can tell you our holes for our fasteners, our mechanical fastener, is going to be a bigger hole anyway. So 7/32 for where our fasteners are going through. So now we have our 3 little holes with a little bit of white marker on it. That's where our rivets go. So this is the kit how we receive it. It has the main metal that's going on the inside of this. It has a ring in the kit, and it has a set of rivets. And so this is powder coated, which that is nice. It's nice to have that powder coated, ready to go. We got one more hole we're gonna have to drill on the outside here, but we'll drill that last. And you got to make sure this fits down inside of there. Okay, so in preparation of putting in that inner ring, which we have to put in before we can put the outer one out, we're just grinding down the inside a little bit so our ring fits flush. Okay, let's go assemble this thing and be done. So when you're looking here at this ring, the big holes right now is where your rivets are coming through. So if you take your little punches, and you got to make sure you get this in here the right way, because if it's not the right way, it's not lining up to our holes. 7 and 4 is 11. So that's what we're supposed to have. So we're going to need one more hole drilled here. So our first rivet's going to go right here. So you see how we got your one chisel mounted in the vise. And we have our punch lined up to that one.
You think you could just put the rivet through the thing and then put it on there?
Yes. Okay, so you got your first rivet in there. Plug your air chisel into the air. Try to flatten that out just a little bit nicer. Now let me go get my drill. We'll drill out that other hole. And we'll put that last rivet in there. Okay, one more rivet. That's good. Okay, so we got those. Now our last one to do is this. We're going to want to start with lining these holes up. Okay, let's start this corner one with the rivet. Okay, so we got that one started. We're going to do one right here. You're just going to have to run this drill to do the final lineup of those. Go ahead. The bad part of this is it takes two people to do this, which really sucks, especially when you drop them and lose them. A little bit more. How many rivets you got left?
3.
3? That's what we got left here is 3 holes. So for some reason, we just didn't get all 3 of them drilled because they weren't showing through. And so it's what you almost got to do is drill these and put them in the mold and scribe the mold so you know where they're at. But really what we started with, got them lined up, and now to come back and drill these. Okay, now then, let's see what we can do to get a nicer look there. We need 2 of these that are flat like that.
That one? No, that's not that.
No, because that's... Put this one back in your tool. That's looking really nice. Yeah, put that back in there, but upside down. Right like that, yep. Set it down all the way. Nope. Got to raise it up. Okay, now tighten it up good. Can you see it's on there? Is it on there?
Yep.
Now just try to flatten that down a little bit more.
Better.
Okay, that's good because you're. I'd say that's it. That's the look of your heater box with your metal put in, and you're good to go. Okay, so there's that little screw. If you'll get it out of that package for me. Oh, great, they changed the size of that. Originally, they're 1/4 inch. Go grab my next size bigger in that bottom drawer on the back rack. This is 1/4 inch, so 5/16. And so that's what finishes that off. There's your finished off heater box. That heater box is infused. You got a gorgeous finish on it. You probably want to scuff it down and satin black it, just so it doesn't look too good, but that's your call. We're all set here. Thanks for watching.